Welcome to Occasionally Posh, where we enjoy life, laughs, and shenanigans. I am your girl, Chassie B.
And I'm Sunshine, and I'm laughing at my mama because she said, "Really?"
Listen, need to be hating on this voice.
Welcome. Thanks everyone who has tuned in so far. If you don't mind, please take a moment to share this as we go through. We're just gonna have fun tonight, so just join in, comment along, etc., etc. I'm the only one that actually know what we're gonna talk about, so it's gonna be really interesting. But we always start with a foreplay. Chassie B, you're first.
Woo, let it come up because I forgot what it was.
Oh, God.
Okay, so would you rather your significant other have foot fungus or nonstop drippy nose?
Why? Just why? I can't. Sasha, you look like you ready. Chassie B.
Okay. Hey, look. I think foot fungus. I can't do like boogers and snot and stuff. I can't. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do the feet thing either, but I think I prefer the foot fungus.
You obviously don't have kids yet because dripping noses is coming. Boogers, snot, all that.
Trying to catch the throw up in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it right here, not on the floor, right here. That's how I'm a dog mind.
Oh man. What about you, Miss Mary Mack?
I don't know. Both are like undesirable traits, but so I have really bad allergies and my nose is always running and stuff. So I guess if I had somebody snotty, we could be snotty together.
That is not where I thought that was going at all.
I mean, you gotta think outside the box. Compromise.
What about you, Monroe?
You said feet face or what?
What? I'm gonna need you to pay attention. She said, would you rather your significant other have foot fungus or a non-stop dripping nose or drippy nose?
Oh man, I don't know. Cause I like clean. I don't know about no GP nose. Give me the feet first. They can't see the feet. I worry about that, whenever opportunity presents itself,
Yeah, Lord. Okay, what about you, Lee?
Yeah, put some socks on and call it a day. I mean, but I'm a foot person anyway. I'm like, y'all remember that movie Boomerang? I mean, I was
Yes,
definitely
sir.
inspired by that. If she got
Yes,
hammer time in
sir.
her shoe, I'm out. But I mean, if it's a foot fungus or whatever the case may be, I can go ahead and go to the store and get that Lotrim.
The Lotrim ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. You just gonna have mushrooms.
I'm gonna get the
going in your mouth.
prescription. No, I'm gonna just have the
He
prescription.
said not the on the counter, over the counter. The doctor got the
We're
right
gonna
up,
get
okay?
we're gonna get the under the counter. Jeez.
That's funny. The comment, we got some folks commenting. D said dripping nose because he sucked toes over there.
Hey, at least you're gonna have that drip.
He be thinking she wet is just not.
I'm done.
She over there, look, she be over there crystallizing and everything. Like, ooh, she's sparkly in the face. Go ahead.
Nita said neither, but neither is not an option. You got to choose one.
You got to choose one, Miss Nita.
Yolanda, I'm sorry, says drippy nose. And she said because drippy nose is because she can wipe.
So take the tissue and stick it up your nose at night before you go to sleep. Because I have a chronic bad nose, but
Have her sleep upside down like a bat.
I might need to try that.
Please don't.
I'm gonna keep y'all
No,
posted.
no, don't do it. This was not OP
Do it.
approved.
Do
I'm
it
putting
and
it
let me
out
know.
there. I'm putting it out there. It
I'll
was
let you know
not
how it goes,
OP
Jay.
approved. It's not OP approved. Jenny said dripping nose as well, and Ma said you could get a prescription for both.
I don't know. Sometimes that Claritin don't be working.
And that part. I think I'll take the foot fungus. At least you can put socks, shoes, booties, everything else on. Dripping nose, you just stuck.
You
Right.
stuck.
You just stuck.
Everybody folk just staring at you. You got the COVID nose. You got the COVID nose.
The COVID nose. And then Sam said foot. Yeah, Sam agreed. He said foot
I
fungus.
agree,
Keep your
Sam.
socks on. Keep your
Period.
socks
I
on.
agree. That was mine too.
My cousin, period.
All right, mine is gonna be a little more interesting. So mine is: would you rather say your ex's name during sex or your partner's best friend's name during sex?
This turned into a real stressful situation.
Mary look like she gonna have to think about it for a minute, so I'm gonna let Monroe go first.
I got a little choke.
Hey, sweetheart, baby doll, darling.
Really?
I love sweetheart, baby doll, darling.
Really?
That's their name.
You say it worked for everybody, huh? It worked for everybody. That ain't
Come
the
on,
answer. Though.
somebody.
You got the answer. Which one
That
is
don't
that?
answer
Your
the
ex?
question.
Would
said
you
your
rather say your ex's name doing sex or your partner's best friend name doing sex? Ooh. I I guess my partner's best friend. I don't know. I don't know.
What about you, Sasha?
I'm saying the best friend's name.
Really?
I
Y'all
got to.
toxic.
I can't have nobody thinking I'm not over my ex. So we gonna say the best friend's name and we can deal with that later.
Right. That's all I'm
Oh,
thinking.
man.
Yeah, we gonna have to deal with that later.
Mm-mm.
Go ahead, Mary.
We checked out.
I'm going
Yeah.
to say the ex's name, and here's why. Though it's logic behind it, right? I can
Okay.
explain why I'm saying my ex's name because
Exactly.
I cannot explain why I'm saying. Why am I thinking about? Well, damn, why am I thinking about my ex during sex? I was about to say, why am I thinking about your best friend? But still, I'm sticking with my ex. I said what I said. I'm gonna stand on it. I would rather say my ex's name because I feel like that's an easier explanation than my partner's best friend. Like,
Yeah. I'm right there with you. I said the same thing when I found that. I said, at least if I say my ex's name, I can say, okay, it's either way, you're going to be messed up. But I can, at least you already know I'd already been with that person.
Right.
If you say the best friend, you're going to get all kinds. It's going to, woo!
yeah, it's gonna be ugly.
It's going to be some, what old folks say, some smoke in the city. It's gonna be some smoke in the city. I made that face when you was talking because my mom, Anita, I need to start calling my mom. She said best friend because he loves him too.
Period. Period. Okay. 'Cause that's our best friend.
I'm pretty sure that logic will not work. But go ahead, Lee.
Really? Oh, this is
Love
bad.
him too. Not like that.
Yeah.
Anita.
Nation.
That was your
Go ahead,
mama
Lee.
that said
Wow.
that?
Yes.
Your
Now
mama
I know
is
where I got
You heard it from the OG. You heard it from the OG.
your mama.
Oh, gee.
I am
Look,
tickled.
even Jenny said it. Jenny said, "Mom is OG." I don't know what's up with these men's is. They keep
Because
popping in
they
and
know
out.
they about to lose. They know they about to lose.
Oh man, well in the comments, oh D said, "Give me the X." He said, "But you can't have anyone thinking you want their best friend either." Facts. Facts.
What if his best friend is a girl? He would love that. So it'd be okay.
I like your logic. I like your logic.
You see, I'm over here thinking like now. I like that. I can see.
Smart. She's smart. That's my cousin. The men is out. They got scared.
I think they on their phone and they keep trying to go look at stuff and then come back, but you can't do that on here.
Yeah, man. Get it
We're gonna have to
together.
get them together. He said you can say you're thinking about the ex by saying my ex had bad table manners like you, but you're a keeper though. What?
What the hell?
Thinking about all that you're saying.
I am done.
Bye, D. Bye.
Bye. I'm gonna need
What
y'all
y'all keep doing, men? Y'all scared?
Say what now?
Why y'all keep leaving?
I'm gonna need y'all to get it together, men. Ain't nobody else popping in and out but y'all.
So, my ex and her best friend was talking. I was playing.
Y'all done.
Okay.
I am done. All right. So thank y'all so much for y'all done messed me all up with this.
For tuning in.
Thank y'all so much for commenting on them interesting foreplay questions. We wanted to bring on these amazing guests. We had them throughout the year. So the point of this so the point of this special podcast, this podcast episode is because this month we hit our 1 year mark. So we wanted it went by really fast. So we wanted to bring on some people who had been on the podcast before, and this is going to be a more fun podcast. We are going to play a game of Jeopardy that I made up. So it's going to be interesting.
Leg Jeopardy.
We're going to play Jeopardy. All right. But as we play it, we'll have everybody is playing except me. And we'll have everybody go through, but we can also stop in between and have a conversation if needs to be had. So we're just gonna be loose and flow and have fun. All right. So if y'all haven't it already, please comment and let us know you're here, and also share the podcast. Okay. All right. So I'm going to share my screen.
I hear them vocals, girl. I hear them vocals.
Really? That was not vocals. Can y'all see it?
It's me.
What's the score for the winner, though?
Occasionally pause and give the winner a gift. We'll mail you one, okay? Or give you
You're gonna get $1 and a Kit Kat.
Okay.
Hey, but for real, I like Kit Kat. I ain't gonna lie. So you trying to give me that Kit Kat? Wait, that don't sound right. Hold on. I mean, I'm gonna be quiet before I further incriminate myself.
On this podcast. Do not get in trouble on this podcast. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the categories is sex, and more sex. What you say, equal or not, or true or not. And all of these things are based around the differences or the controversies or whatever between men and women. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I got mine roll first. Pick a category and a amount.
Okay. Let me see. I got to go first. Give me six, and more six for 300.
300. All right. So between men and women, who orgasms more?
I know the answer.
Me too.
You ain't playing, but go, Maru.
Oh, I was today. How you was to my turn?
Really go.
I want to say women, but I feel like it's men, yo.
Well, which one?
Which one? Pick one.
Which one?
I'm gonna say men.
And you are correct.
Ding, 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 ding.
I need a soundboard.
Wait,
I need a soundboard.
He's supposed to say who is. No, just like go ahead.
How about that? This is Black Jeopardy. We is not worried, okay? It's not
What do you
weird. So the statistic says that men, every time men and women have sex, men orgasm 95% of the time, and women only orgasm 69% of the time.
I think it's less than that. I think 30% of that is lies.
Hey, did you just say? Hold on. Did you just say 69%?
Hey,
Yeah.
you know, what's crazy about 69, the prices of meat and eggs is going up 69 to 96.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh man.
That's
and
why-
instead of go,
That's why
Go ahead.
Sasha ate lunch without you, because of that answer right there.
For a whole week.
it is hilarious. I am so good. Okay.
That's why I got
And
you
instead
here,
of
though.
letting
You got
Monroe
you.
people keep going when they get it right, we're gonna just rotate between people, okay? Because we ain't gonna be here.
Okay.
We ain't gonna have lit person. So Sasha, you need pick a category and an amount.
True or I can't see what the end because the thing is the
True or no?
true or
Oh,
not.
I'm sorry. Let me
500.
take that off. I'm sorry. Hold on.
You okay?
All right. True or nah? For how many? I'm sorry.
500.
Damn, she going for it.
500. So women love harder than men.
Mm.
True or nah?
Nah.
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 False. That is correct.
That's
Let me find
savagery
it, y'all.
right there.
How
How come?
y'all
Well,
feel
but
about
my
that,
question is, how come y'all don't love us more?
It didn't say more. It said harder.
Harder.
Okay, well, whatever,
It is
harder,
say
more.
They
Well, let
driving
me
up the
read.
road.
Let me
Because
read what it
women know the
says first,
feeling
and then
that
you
is-
respond.
Oh, my bad.
So it says men fall slower in love but harder. Women fall in love faster, but the love starts out more surface level and then grows bigger over time. So with hearing that, what do you think,
Okay,
Mr. Lee?
okay. I mean, that makes sense because, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. That makes sense.
We do it slow and sweet.
What?
You know what? What was you gonna say, Miss Mary Mac?
I wasn't gonna say nothing. I'm trying to figure out what Chastity. Why is she down here doing Proud Mary?
I don't know. Oh, I forgot to give. I forgot. Oh yeah, it still got you. All right, Miss Chastity B, you're next.
Hey, how she get 500?
Cause she picked 500.
You stop talking to everybody you wouldn't know, Mom, bro.
That should be a $200 question.
If you don't know how to play Jeopardy, just say that.
Go ahead, Chastity. Go ahead.
Let me get something that I'm not getting. Sex, and more sex for 500, Alex.
I'm done. I'm done.
Hey, hold on though, Alex, go away from here.
Alice is with the Lord. Alice with the Lord. So who thinks about sex more, men or women?
Women.
Y'all too good at this. Y'all too good.
What? Y'all serious? Where you getting this from?
Because we some little pockets on the low.
Yeah, women are worse than men by far. Most definitely.
Oh man. All right, Mr. Lee. Excuse me. Your choice. Choose one. I can't even talk.
All right, what you say for 400?
So who talks trash more? Who's a more
Women.
of a trash talker? Women.
Women.
That is incorrect.
So I just start out in the negative.
We'll just leave you at zero. We'll just
No,
leave you
that's
at
not negative.
Wow. So wait a minute. So women talk. You saying men talk more trash?
Yes.
Yep, the statistic says that men talk way more trash. Women show more verbal cues when they're mad, is what it says.
And I feel
Women
like
do
men
what,
gonna go behind your back. They gonna call their homeboys, they mama,
Sister.
everybody. We gonna say we gotta stay right there because we already
They
said.
So you try. Wait. So you trying to say, boy? Are you serious that we're gonna go to our mamas and them?
Yeah,
Our cousin?
absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm leaving that alone. I'm staying an equal
Absolutely.
party.
y'all do.
It's the
I'll
word
go
Well,
charge
maybe
it.
I don't. Well, maybe I don't have a lot of friends because you know what they say. If you real, you got a small circle. So I
Yeah.
guess
My girl
Facts.
is small.
And now your mama calling me because she mad. Like, girl, please.
You knew your son was trash. Leave me alone.
Exactly. Like, girl, please.
That part. Oh, let me shut up. All right, Mary, go ahead.
Let's say equal or nah for 500.
Y'all going big for real. So, are men and women equally cooperative in situations?
No.
Is that equal or not?
Nah.
It says that they are.
Women selfish,
I
man.
want to know. I need to know the story behind this.
Yeah, I need.
Are you sure this is the Gallup poll?
All women, all four y'all. Women selfish.
I try to get stuff that y'all might know, but not quite. So it says stereotypes suggest that women are more cooperative than men, but analysis of 50 years of research show that men are equally cooperative, particularly in situations involving a dilemma that pits the interests of individuals against the interests of a group. So it's not really talking about all areas, but it says but what I thought was interesting, it says additionally, men cooperate better with other men than women do with women.
Well, no, that ain't interesting. That's normal because y'all catty as hell.
No, because y'all love y'all.
I'm just here for the controversy. But go ahead.
That ain't why.
Really be their boyfriends. That's why.
Right? That's what I was gonna say, Sasha.
What she say? I missed it.
I said because men's best friends really be their boyfriend. That's why.
Oh,
Wow.
Tell me
You
I'm right.
don't have some bad men in your day, man. Wow. And you can't
Yeah,
go
man.
all right.
I
Wow.
don't have anything to say about that for a while.
Yeah, like that's for them. That ain't for me. That's for them. That ain't for me.
Clearly, we outnumbered.
No, don't be outnumbered. Don't be out. Okay. All right, Monroe, it's your turn again.
Oh, it's on me. Okay, let me see. Let me get a what you say for 300.
He said what?
What you say for 300?
What
Oh,
you
okay.
say for
Sorry.
300?
So who touches more in conversation?
Who touches more conversation? Like feeling and touching?
What?
What you mean?
Who touches more in conversation, women or men?
We mean touch,
Okay.
like touch.
Touches is touches.
Oh, probably women. Women be real touchy, feely.
He is correct.
Women don't like being touched, but they do a touching. Come on, I got sisters, bro. Rock with me. Come on, send me my money.
Like, really?
It's a touchy though.
All right, Sasha, what you got?
Equal or not for 400?
So, do men and women equally bounce back from a relationship?
Nah.
You put me in. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Go on.
Men still heard about that third grade girlfriend that broke their heart.
Now the rest of us got to get cheated on because she gave her cookie to somebody else.
Hold on.
Y'all was going in.
Hey,
Oh my
Hold
God.
on 1 second. Can you get out of my head?
I thought he was gonna go in. He talking about, can you get out of my head? It says men take longer to recover from relationships, and it's a statistic that I didn't know, but I guess I should have figured. It says emotional validation from friends helps women recover more quickly. Miss Mary, can you speak on that?
Because women talk more than men do. But y'all trying to say that we don't. Y'all don't.
You talking now and we ain't.
Wow. Dang. Yeah. Hey, come on. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I love you, Mauro.
Come back. Come back.
Look at me without me. Come back.
Oh man, Miss, I'm trying to move it. Miss Mary, you are the expert. Do you feel like emotional validate that if that's true that emotional validations help women get over bad relationships quicker?
Yeah, because you always got your circle, your tribe of friends, your homegirls. It's like, yeah, girl, he was this, and this anyway, and that's why you ain't need him, and blase, right? Because a woman, your tribe is always gonna point out what he did wrong, whereas your homeboys is gonna be like, I can't believe you let her go, and she was all the positives in the relationship. You see what I'm saying? Your homegirls are gonna point out the negative. Your homeboys are gonna point out the positive. So yeah, that's right.
That's good. Go ahead, Lee. Go ahead.
I think it's harder for men because men control access to the relationships. Women control access to the sex. So when a man opens the door and then you can come in and you can have access to that relationship, he's more physically, materialistically invested in the relationship and everything like that. Being that generally speaking, I'm not talking about all men, but fully developed men typically are providers and protectors. And then also they minor in nurturing too, because you got to nurture women as well. That's important that you nurture them, because if they're going to be mothers of your children, you got to pour into them so they can pour into the children. So when something happens in a relationship, and when we start talking about marriage isn't even a conducive for men today, because a woman can get into a marriage and she can come out better than she was before she went into a marriage. And a man, he could lose half of everything that he has.
No, that's not always.
I'm leaving that alone. I had you till you got to the last part, but I was I was looking at Sasha.
Well, I mean, look at Tiger
like,
Woods. But look at.
Well, you talking about rich folk? We talking about everyday folk. That ain't the case.
Well, I mean, whether you're rich or everything, whether you got a lot or a little bit.
The Tiger Woods pair was going to be just an amplified version of what he was going to say.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Even if I don't have much and I'm just an honest, average, everyday working man or whatever the case may be, and my wife want to leave me or whatever the case may be, she is probably going to leave with half of what I got, and I'm going to move in my mom's basement.
Mm-hmm. And now they're talking about me. He won't
was your fault.
It's my fault because I'm an average person and I make $50,000 a year. That's why I just hop around and I'm a player. Because if I get myself if I get in a relationship, then I'm going to be finding myself in a situation where, okay, if she just decides she doesn't want to be with me or whatever the case may be, I'm chopped and I'm screwed.
But that's not necessarily how it is. Usually whenever people get money from relationships, it's because the wife didn't work and the man was the one that was taking
the provider,
that was providing for the household. Mm-hmm. If a woman is working, and a lot of the time she's not going to get as much alimony as people think that she's going to get. It has to deal with the fact that men say, I don't want you to work. I don't want you to do nothing. I want you to stay at home and I'm going to take care of you and all that kind of stuff. That's whenever they're able to come in and get half of your money.
Thanks.
Well, it's not just the money. It's so much, because like I said, you're vested in your time, because the way to love a woman is the way to a woman is to love her, and the way to a man is to respect him. So that's how you show a man. That's how you show a man how you love him, because you show him respect. You follow him. You help him. You're there to be his helpmate, his companion. But I mean, it's a different role for a man. We're supposed to love you guys unconditionally, because we don't even require you women to love us. We just want you to respect us.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Mary. Go ahead.
I'm just flabbergasted at the whole, but I'm not going to say that because it's a narrative that I've heard so many times. It's a narrative that they spout more on social media about, the whole rhetoric of nobody loves a man unless he can provide. But then at the same time, you tell us that we're supposed to take these men and build them up. So are you providing or are we building you up? Like, you can't have it both ways. So
I am not a rehab center. I can't.
What happened?
So I'm not a rehab center. I can't repair no man.
And I mean, and you
It's
shouldn't,
not the
and you sh-
plan. It's the
and I
help.
mean,
It's just
and
making
Sasha,
him
you
better.
shouldn't. Sasha, you
Yeah.
shouldn't. But what I'm saying is, with a man or whatever the case may be, a man has to build himself up to his worth. I mean, women, they kind of got their value. It's innate. It's something that can be cultivated and worked through. But a man, he has to go out there and he has to be able to master the skills of providing and getting resources and this, that, and the other, whatever the case may be. And so, yeah, a lot of times men get in relationships prematurely and then you end up babysitting them. But a man needs to take that critical time and trying to build himself up so he can have something to offer so that he can get paired up with the right woman.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can agree with that.
I can,
aspect,
that's what I'm about to say.
but-
Y'all better go to rehab and get it together.
but
I say
that's not-
no.
Oh no, come on.
that's how it really happens. Like I said, we're women. It's a double-edged sword for us because either we're gonna stand by our man and be with him through the thick, thin, and you supposed to love him when he don't have this, and you gotta pour into him and blah blah blah. The same way that you're talking about, men already pour into women. We have the same expectations as women that we're supposed to pour into our mate and build them up as well. So to me, I don't really think that it's a situation of this or that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess it's per situation or per relationship.
Right.
But I personally, professionally, and just in everyday life, see more situations where, like, Chastity was saying that a woman, you're not really losing nothing if y'all decide that you're gonna break up. Like, you're not paying all of this tremendous amount of alimony so that she can continue to stay at home with the kids and blah 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 blah. This woman, if I'm married and I've been married, me and my husband split, I had to go get it out the mud and continue to live how I had been living. He didn't give me any financial support after we divorced. As a matter of fact, and I hope he watching, because sir, you owe me $25,000. That was our relationship. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? So when we split, it wasn't, he left and we divorced and me and the kids went over here and lived. I had to downsize my life because I had poured so much into a relationship that ended up biting me in the ass. And sir, I want my $25K.
I know that's right.
I know that's right.
I got some
know
goons
that's
on the
right.
south side that'll handle him.
And
I just hate to hear. I mean, I know there are women out there they divorce and they get everything almost that a man got. I know that it happens, but there's way less of those stories than it is of the latter. But all we talk about is those stories. But these regular everyday folks ain't having no problems. So that's where I hate that they over.
And people be thinking they Dr. Dre and they only got $19 in their account. Like,
But if I may say one more thing about that, if I may, it's when we approach, this westernized society has introduced love as a huge component to what marriage is about. And marriage is really, if you look historically at us, especially when we were great as people, love had little to do with marriage. Marriage was about economical gain. And so when we start talking about marriage, some of the things that we're not doing when we are courting is we're not sitting down at the table and we're not talking about, hey, what's your credit score? What's your where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Hey, listen, I don't intend to enter this relationship with the idea of exiting, but if we do exit, what's the strategy for that? How are we going to deal with these children if that happens? A lot of people don't want to talk about those types of things, but those are the conversations that you have to have in the beginning, so you obviously know. And then as men and women, we work. The duality of us working together is women amplify men. So everything, even when you break it down to sex, we have the seed, but we give the seed to you and you actually cultivate it, you build it up, and you raise the investment where you have a huge hand in that investment. So it goes to everything. A man is supposed to be able to go out there and get it. It's okay if a woman goes out there and get it too, but a man's supposed to be able to go out there and get it. And then you guys are supposed to be able to work together so you can try to build something so that if in fact you guys decide that you don't want to be together for whatever reason, that both of you come out better for it. And a man, you shouldn't have to drag a man to court to give you, because you guys should have already had that conversation of this is what our exit strategy is going to be. That's my opinion.
Absolutely agree. I agree. And that's a
Don't nobody do
conversation that
that.
I think we've had on here before about how we don't have those hard conversations
Right.
before we get married because we're so caught up in the feeling of love that nobody wants to think about anything other than the fact that we're in love right now.
Mm-hmm.
But
Love.
that love is cute. We gotta talk, ladies, because I have a whole theory about love and marriage and relationships and how like is way more important than love.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Amen.
Like is way more important than love. I can love you and love will make me stick with you, but me not liking you will also make me leave your ass. If I don't like you anymore, that like is hella important. Like is very, very important. Like is more important than love. And it took some, a lot of journaling and a lot of self-discovery over the past, couple of months when it comes to relationships about how like and love are very different and can make and break a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I used to say that all the time, and my people I've been with or with say they don't like me to say it, but I always say I love you, but it takes more than love to make a relationship. And I used to say that all the time, and they be like, "No, it doesn't. No, if I love you, we can get through anything." I'm like,
"No, I have to like you to get through anything." And I say this: you think about all the times that it could be family members or whoever that you'll be like, "I love them, but I don't like them." You see what I mean? I love you enough to where I care about what happens to you, but I don't like your ass enough to want to be around you all the time. So
we
but
see
let me ask,
at funerals.
but Mary, I got a question for you, Mary.
Yes.
Is it okay? Love is a rooted thing. Isn't like more like a moving goalpost? Because some days you like the person more than you like the other. And I think, in my opinion, liking a person is more important for a woman than it is for a man, because a man is supposed to have the stance of unconditional love. I'm not saying that women don't, but I'm just saying that men are supposed to have that unconditional love. And if you're trying to, like, for an example, if you're trying to use like the church or whatever the case may be, the relationship the man has for a woman is the same thing as God has for man. And it's got to be kind of like that kind of circle continuum. And when you like somebody or whatever the case may be, my question to you is, what makes you like a person or stay in the like zone with the person from a female perspective?
Like is very subjective. Like you said, it can be a moving goalpost, but it's also there. You see what I'm saying? Like, of course, it's going to be some days you might not like them, but you love them, right? But to me, like I said, that like is what's going to keep you there. I can use my son as an example. I love him to pieces. I don't like him, so I don't be around his ass. It's just that simple. I love him and I care about his well-being and what happens to him, but I don't like him enough to have him in my face all the time. So the like and love is very different. It's a work in progress, but I would rather like somebody than love them, to me, because loving somebody will have you stuck in a situation that you really don't want to be in because it's rooted.
But if a man sincerely does his job, if a man sincerely does his job, meaning he goes out there, he provides, he protects, and then he nurtures you. Is that?
Yes, I do. We like each other.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That's the easy like. That's the easy like.
Yeah, that's the like of it. That's the like and the love.
Right.
But as time goes on, there can start to be things that happen, or not even things that happen. You could but first of all, I don't know if you've ever seen me on here before, but I'm one of the people that feel like marriage license should be renewed periodically. Just
okay. I agree.
Yeah. So that like is not always, like is more work than love, because love is rooted. You know what I'm saying? You can come in loving somebody and you're going to love that person forever. I'm not necessarily going to like your ass forever. We need like in order to be together. I'm going to love you. Like I said, I love my child. I do not like him, so I do not fool with him. I can love, a family member, but I don't like them enough to invite their ass over for Thanksgiving all the time. Like is what's going to keep you in my face, not love. Because love
I also feel like we have to be careful with our words too, though, because there's a difference between not liking somebody and they just getting on your nerves in the moment.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, absolutely.
So sometimes we say, oh, I don't like you. I don't like you today, but it's not really that you don't like them. You just don't get out
you
my
just
face
ain't
right
got
now.
on my nerves.
right,
Well,
right.
it's things that a person can do to make you genuinely not like them as a person.
Right,
Right.
You
right,
understand what I'm saying?
right.
Like you see things that a person does or things that you might notice in a person's character. I'm not talking about he don't clip his toenails or his nose running all the time or he got some foot fungus. I'm talking about some stuff that you genuinely see in a person that makes you be like, I don't really think I like this person. I love them, but I don't really think I like them.
Go ahead, Sasha.
Go ahead, Sasha.
We got deep so quick. I thought we were gonna laugh. I'm over here like, damn, like what happened?
All right, let's get back. Let's get back. Chastity B, your choice. Oh, let me show. I ain't even sure. She done messed me up.
Sasha was like, I can't hear the laugh. That's it.
You can't help but to get deep with all these people on here. You can't help it.
Right.
Go ahead, Chastity.
Let me do what you say for 500.
All righty. So it says, who between men and women, who ask more questions?
Women.
You're correct. Why y'all think that is? Why y'all men just think if you don't ask, it don't happen?
Don't ask, don't tell. That's what that is.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's a silver bullet because you got some women that, you know, they only really speak when they're spoken to. You know, you might have some men and they chat all the time.
You right. There's some women out there know their man cheating on them and don't ask nothing.
I ain't got no questions. What?
If I don't ask, I won't know he was with that heifer last night.
I don't wanna know.
Is you playing me?
Oh Lord, why you get her started? Lee, pick a category.
All right, sex, and more sex for 400.
So who has a G spot, men or women?
Me, I got it.
I know.
I want to say women, but I feel like I'm gonna get punked, and it's both. But I'm gonna say women have a G spot.
You should have stuck with both.
I should have went with my intuition.
About your G-spot.
Hey, well, hold on. Isn't it something that happened? I mean, I'm not that age yet, but isn't it something where, you know, that you milk the prostates or something like that, and you know, the doctor back there and you hit one of these?
You can do that. You don't have to be there.
You right.
You can do that now.
You can do
There's
that
a way
now.
that you can milk the
You can do that
prostate.
Hey,
now.
look, you know what? It's just certain pleasures that I don't need to have and experience, so I'm good.
You said you're gonna be stuck.
Sasha,
No,
read
but
it.
exits only, baby.
It says women. Women do have a G spot. That's where the word G spot comes from. It's a long name, Grafenberg, something like that. Anyway, and it's inside the vagina. A men's spot is his prostate. Both can produce the same outcome.
But you can
Yeah,
also
that's that little rough patch. That's that little rough patch right up
you
in the
can
top.
also
right
hit the male's G spot on the outside. You don't have to go through the inside.
Do tell.
Yes, you can.
What? Well, let's tell later.
Hey, as long as it ain't the little butt cavity. I mean, you know, I'm interested to find out.
And look who know the answer. Look who knew the answer.
The taint. That's right. The taint. No.
All right, Miss Mary, it's your chance.
I don't know.
I'm an old Jeopardy money boy.
Let's see. Let's do equal or not for 300.
So, is this true that is this equal or not? Men and women both make relationships complicated.
I think it is true.
I think it's
It is
Oh.
equal. She's right.
we would never.
So it says society says that most people think that women is the one who make relationships.
Oh, society
But
is
in
crazy.
But in fact, both men and women got their problems pretty much.
Y'all hard questions. That's all.
Can you put Sam's answer up right now? Sam's comment. It says,
"Oh
Chastity
Lord,
is right."
Chastity is right." Oh,
Cap. Sam is Cap.
Sam, no.
No,
No,
there's only two light skins in our family, so one of us always wrong. And if we ain't on the same page, Sam is doing this wrong.
Wow.
Sam, don't let her do you like that.
He
All
knows
right,
she-
Monroe, it's back on you.
Oh, back on me. Let's see here. Let me do that true or not for the 400.
All right, true or nah? Women want, and you probably already know this because Lee mentioned it a while ago. Women want to be liked, men want to be respected. True or not?
That's definitely a true, not an all.
Yeah, that's definitely.
I want to be respected and liked.
I want to be both.
Yeah, you gotta be like.
But Chassie, we're not saying that y'all don't want to be respected. We're just talking about like the predominant thing.
Right.
Like we just touching like the surface, and I want to be respected.
I want to be respected too.
Put some respect on your name.
Period. Okay. Don't disrespect me.
I want to be liked.
All right, Sasha.
I can't see the. Oh, okay. Boom. True or not for 300?
True or not for 300? True or not?
She going for the win.
Women want children more.
Shit.
No. Nah.
Absolutely nah.
No.
So the response, it was the response for me. So this is false. This is false. A lot of people actually think that women are the ones who always say they want children.
That's cat.
But and actually back before our generation was born, that was the case. But with the new generation, it's saying that more. And when they did a study on a small group of single women and men in that group, 24% of males want kids. Only 15% of the women wanted kids.
Damn, nobody want none.
Right. The rest were
We got
conflicted. Right. The rest were conflicted and thought it would depend on the partner they end up with.
Okay,
Don't worry,
Jenny
that
May.
vaccine gonna
I was
sterilize
ready
you
to
anyway.
Jenny
But go
May.
ahead.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I guess you can go.
So y'all agree? Y'all think people base whether they want kids or not on depending on what partner they end up with?
Yes, because you got to look at genetics, DNA,
Who their mama, who
finances.
their
There's a
dad,
lot
who
that
their
goes into
grandmama.
that.
With
How was
me,
your
it was
grandmama feel?
vodka
How was your
and
grandmama
brown
feel?
liquor mixed together.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Don't let your kids say that, boy.
Oh, they know. I'm sure they know.
No, I love my babies dearly.
Ain't you that brown liquor baby?
Okay.
Yeah.
Mama took some shots of Hennessy and then went out and was drinking some shots of white and came
I
back and made two
cannot.
babies. Let me stop.
Chassie, go. Pick your category.
Equal or nah for 200.
Equal or not?
All right. Women want bigger. Oh, you said equal or not? I did the wrong one. You getting true?
Well, that's
or not?
fine.
Sorry. Women want bigger weddings than men. True or not?
I think nah. I think it's false.
Yeah, I think so.
False.
What? I'm shocked.
So
Men are
again,
flashy. Men are flashy.
I mean, I'm out of
Again.
touch.
right. Again, it said even 5 years ago it was more and more in the past than that. It said that women were the people who always wanted the bigger weddings, but in today's time, women are starting to be more practical about money that is being spent at weddings and rather the money be spent on a house, vacation, kids,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah,
You know what though?
Mhm.
You know what I'm noticing, and I'm not talking about anybody on this conversation, but it's I have to preference that, right? Uh,
Feel like you attacking us.
no, no, no,
Go ahead.
no, of course not. No, you ladies are so lovely. Give yourself a round of applause. No, but what I'm saying is, it seems today that there are more men acting more feminine today, and it seems like more women are acting more masculine today. It's a lot of a change in energy with predominantly the majority of people. You know, like, and I mean, I think it comes from just the history of being raised by single parents, especially when you're a boy and you're being raised by a woman, or you got a bunch of sisters or something like that. You might not notice it, but you might have like feminine tendencies or whatever the case may be. You might not, you might not be gay, but you just carry that energy. So I think that's why, because once upon a time it was about getting married and it was her day. So that was shocking to me.
And now in the
Yeah.
time of social media too, like men love to flex for social media, but I also think women got tired of men and their foolery, so we became the men, so we don't have to deal with it.
Oh Lord, she went there.
Not,
Nothing like a woman with a shaft.
Do you feel it in your back? You feel it?
Look, you go in the bedroom and be like, you pull it out, you be like, yeah. She pull it out and be like,
yeah.
I
wasn't
cannot.
saying
I
like
cannot.
that. I think the context was off. Just forget I said it. Delete that part.
that part. Go ahead.
I can't agree with that though, because I actually didn't. My husband had to talk me into having a wedding, and it was spot on. I was like, it's just too much money to dress alone over $1,000. You know what we can do with that money?
Right.
But about him, it was about bringing his family and friends together in the ceremony and et cetera, et cetera. So
please pass me the loop.
I think
Give me the loop.
So one woman said on a podcast that I was listening to the other day is that what's happening is men is catching up to what they should have been, and women are already past it.
We already knew that because women mature faster than men.
You got my
No, but
context.
seriously, men are men in general today are very underdeveloped. I mean, a lot of people use the word beta males or stuff like that, but I don't like to use that terminology. I just like to say that there are a ton of undeveloped men today.
Yeah. You got something, Monroe? You look like you had something.
I don't say yay and nay. I mean, I definitely agree with the undevelopment of men. But that's a yay and nay, man. Just like society has just really transitioned. Like, I know me growing up, I always seen a lot of, single mothers and single dads not really in the home. And now I feel like it's a lot of moms not in the home and it's the dads that's being single dads. And I say that because I work in the school system and it's a lot of pops just doing their thing. The mama, I don't know what they got going on, but daddy, parent teacher conference, immunization sheets, all of the daddy's doing their thing. I mean, I don't know, but it's just definitely a change in society. Come on, Sister Sasha. Come
Go ahead,
on.
sister.
She out there trying to get that drip.
Go ahead, sister. Social worker Sasha.
Unpopular opinion, I'm sure, but I blame women. Like, we have pacified men so much to the point where it's like absolutely ridiculous. And I really do and I know it's bad, but I blame us. Like, we went way too far. Like, as people, we got to pull back, and we never did. And I think we let it go too far. And so now this is what we're dealing with.
That's true.
Well, Sam made a comment. He said, go ahead.
I think that's true because mamas, I feel like they raise their daughters and kind of cater to their sons. So men, as we grow up, we don't really, I guess our minds don't transition to how to, be, because we've always been for so long. So I mean, and when we tend to, I guess, go after what we are used to. We tend to go after our aunties, our grandmas, our sisters, our whoever it was that was, I guess, they're influencing us coming up.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Sam made the comment. He said, I think gender roles are being dropped now because people are feeling more comfortable with themselves.
I disagree.
I like it.
Oh, Mary, who said they disagree?
Me.
Sasha.
Oh,
I think gender roles are still very much prominent, and I think that it just looks different now. Like, I feel like now I don't even know how I want the example that I gave. It just literally left my head. But no, I disagree.
Okay.
Gender roles are still very prominent.
I think so too. I think that gender roles are prominent whenever somebody is in a situation where they are 100% content, 100% happy, and it was actually supposed to be together. They are actually supposed to be together, and it wasn't forced. I feel like whenever people force things and they in a relationship that they have no business being in, that's whenever the gender roles get sidetracked and the women have to mow the lawn because the man ain't gonna do it. But they shouldn't have been with that man in the first place because they already knew that man wasn't gonna be worth shit.
Well,
that's a good point, because I think that the roles have just reversed. Oh, I'm sorry.
I think it's expectations. Because like me growing up, I grew up in a household where I used to always hear my pops like crack a joke. Women only good for the kitchen and bedroom. But every now and again, I would see him, wash dishes and stuff like that. But me growing up, it's like I didn't want to grow up raising my daughter thinking that you only supposed to do this. No, learn how to change tires, learn how to cut grass, learn how to be independent. So you don't need no nigga. You just kind of want one. So I don't really believe in gender roles. I think it's kind of like an enslavement society type of thing. I think people now become more comfortable being their own self. Why come a woman can't cut the grass? Why come she can't be a plumber? Why come she can't be a 18 wheeler truck driver? Why come she can't?
I actually agree with Monroe. I agree with him as well. And I just hate the term gender roles, period. I think whatever role that works for your marriage or relationship is the role.
Exactly.
I just hate that term. Like, it's some things that women ain't gonna like, and some things that men ain't gonna like. But figure out what works for y'all and quit thinking about what society say.
Listen, I know how to change a tire, but if I am sleeping with a man, I am not changing no damn tire.
Well,
and we are laying down together every night, and you are putting your thing inside of my vagina, I am not changing a damn tire.
And you
point blank, period.
But if you don't,
let me play devil's advocate. Now, if a man was to come to you and be like, I know how to cook, but I'm not cooking no damn food. If I'm laying down with you every night and I'm putting my dick in you, you gonna cook my food every day.
But
and
I'm gonna
cook because I do not want to change a tire and I do not want to mow grass. So I will be happy in the house cooking. I don't mind cooking.
I will if
you only gotta mow grass twice a month. Them dishes gotta be washed every day.
You can wash the damn dishes. Ain't nothing wrong with saying.
Okay, all right, okay, but here's the reality. Here's the reality, because I always say, stop dealing with the leaves and the branches of the situation and get to the root. And the root of it is
I'm not changing the tire.
We're not talking about that. I just think that we don't know what to ask for when we get in a relationship, when we get led by the wrong parts of our bodies, if you know what I mean. And then I think every other animal in the animal kingdom has their roles, and they know what their roles are. And human beings are the only ones that are discombobulated. And I think that we need to start trying to get back in touch with nature, get in touch with ourselves. And I think it's critical, especially when you're a young man or a young woman, to zip your pants up and not worry about doing all of that stuff, and try to really take some time out to find yourself and find out who you are, so you can be honest with yourself, so that you know exactly what you're good at, what you ain't good at, so you can narrow the field in terms of what you're looking for, because they are beautiful men and women in every category. But if you're shopping in the wrong category, you're going to end up with the wrong person, even though you might be madly attracted to them. Whereas if you knew who you were, because you spent time with yourself and you learned about yourself, then you would actually say, okay, so this is specifically what I need. So when you see that beautiful person coming along and they already displaying the categories that don't fit you well, then you can just not even give yourself an opportunity to entertain that. You can go over here, you can focus on your category, and in your category that you need to be looking for, there are all types of different shapes and colors. And then you can just pick one. And then when you're with that person, you don't have to try to be with that person. All of your energy can be spent building instead of building your house on quicksand.
I agree. Whenever I find a person, he is going to change the tire.
Right. So to piggyback off of what you just said about finding who you are as a person, and what you like, and being basically with somebody that's compatible. That's essentially, if you don't want to cook as the man, or you do want to cook as the man, and I'm comfortable changing the tires, which we know by these nails, little baby know how to change a tire, but I'm not going to. You understand what I'm saying? So essentially, it's basically what you kind of sort of full circle agree with what we were saying about gender roles aren't really a thing. It's more about finding what you're compatible with.
Right. Sasha's been trying to say something. Go ahead, Sasha.
Oh, I forgot. But I was just going to say, I do think that gender roles are just kind of reversed now. And this is going to sound really kind of like weird. And I don't have a family like dynamic. So, please correct me if you feel like I'm wrong. But I feel like now I see more like stay-at-home dads as opposed to, I do work at an elementary school. I'm a social worker at an elementary school, so I kind of work with all different types of families, and I feel like I work with more stay-at-home dads than moms these days. The women are the one out here hustling, trying to get it, providing for their family, as opposed to the men. But once again, I blame women because we allowed that, and so
it's not even blame. Why does it matter if we are providing for this family and we're setting up a good life for these kids? Why does it matter?
Oh, I'm not saying that it does. I personally don't believe in gender roles.
I don't want to marry a man
that don't want to take care of me. I'm gonna be honest. I don't.
We don't. Well, we also don't know. They may be okay if the woman is okay with that. Why? Right. That's the thing. I think sometimes we assume because we seeing the dad more and the woman is working that it's something wrong.
Yeah. Well, Sasha, Sasha, I appreciate you. A couple of times you were saying that you blame women. And I mean, I can appreciate that because it's refreshing when a woman takes accountability. But it's not all the women's fault, though. It's men's fault, too. And we can go back to the days where men were allowing our women to be raped by our slave masters. And we can go on and on about those types of things. And it's just certain things that you shouldn't allow yourself to live through, that you should be able to say. And men are supposed to have a propensity to say, you know what, if I can't, like for an example, if somebody does something to my wife that could hurt, harm, or kill her, well, I don't want to live either, because I don't want to live with the idea of not being with her. So if somebody's going to die today, it's going to be me, because I'm not going to sit there and let somebody do something to my wife and my children, because I can't imagine what my life would be like without my wife and my children. And that's, I think, where men are starting. And I can even take it back as recently as Dr. King. When they killed Dr. King, we haven't had any kind of heroes that arose since then, because a lot of people are scared of what's going to happen. And we just need to understand, like, they, especially for us melanated people, they don't really like us anyway. And they like our culture, but they don't really like us. And we got to start living for our ideals of what we aspire to have our lives like and our children's lives like. And we got to be willing to put our lives, as men, we got to be willing to put our lives on the line, because our women and children are more important to us, because they continue us.
This is just an influence.
Well, in the words of Sasha, let's get back to the game. Let's check. Well, Chelsea, go ahead. Be quick.
Whose go is it?
Oh, I thought you had something to say.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I think that Black people dislike each other more than the white people dislike us.
Ooh, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. Go ahead, Lee. Pick a category.
All right. So I will try what you say for 200.
So who prefers face-to-face conversations, men or women?
Why do I feel like I'm guaranteed to be wrong? Women.
It's probably because you 800 in the hole.
No.
I just start saying what I don't want to say.
Come on, man.
Man, I'm gonna have to pay this back like child support.
Legal owe all of us $2 in the gift.
What?
Lee gonna be the one that have to get a gift. It ain't gonna be us. It's gonna be Lee.
Right. I didn't sign up for this. No, just
Go ahead, Mary.
Let's do sex, and more sex for 200.
Who masturbates more, men or women?
Women.
Definitely women.
Oh!
Lies.
See, this is the unfairness because you already come all the time, and then you want to yourself too. Damn, this is great.
It's selfish.
Pocket
She said you already come all the time, and I am done.
I feel like it's selfish.
All right, Monroe, you next.
Okay. Let me get that equal, yeah, boy. Come on, get it with the way.
Which one?
Get it 200.
Y'all losing.
So equal, women or men, do they pay the bills equal or nah?
I want to say nah, but I'm gonna say equal.
You should have stuck with the nah. You should have stuck with
Women pay more.
Women definitely pay more.
So it said it's not by a lot, surprisingly. I thought it was going to be way more than this. But it says women are 12% more likely to pay bills than men. And this fell in all states but 3 of them. I think it was like Idaho, something that was like men was higher. But otherwise, it's only by 12%, ladies. I thought it would be by more than that.
I'm not surprised.
At
all.
I thought you would more than me.
Sasha.
I was winning.
Ooh, true or nah for 100?
Happy wife, happy life. True or nah?
No.
Nah.
That's cap.
That's cap.
It says studies show that marriages actually do last longer when the woman is happy in a marriage.
Mm-hmm. That's why they got to like you and not love you. Ain't that
Initially, I said no, but now if I think about it, men just go with the flow, and as long as the woman is happy, then the man is happy.
Yeah.
See,
yes, that is so true. I tell my wife all the time. She said, "What do you think?" I said, "If you like it, I love it."
Cap.
Cap.
Y'all capping.
It'd be ugly.
Chassis B.
Equal or nah for 100?
Equal or nah, caring for the kids.
Definitely nah. And if they say equal, it's a lie.
It's a nah. The statistic says even if a male is an amazing father, statistics show that women still tend to care or attend to the kids more because society actually expects less from a male parent than a woman parent.
I agree.
That's sad. I agree.
Any comments
with what you just said?
Right.
What society expects.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, actually, when I read that, it made me think of your live from the other week, Mary, which we need to bring that to OP. Okay, we need to bring it to OP, but it made me thought of that.
Yeah, because it's like when you see a man doing the bare minimum when it comes to kids, it's like, oh my God, he's such a good dad. Think about all the Facebook videos and all of these little things that you've seen of the dad doing their daughter's hair. And it gets 1 million shares and 1 million likes. And oh my God, he's such a good dad. But hell, it's a mama out there doing that little girl hair every other day. And that's not, oh my God, she's such a good mom. It's she doing what she's supposed to do. And if that baby come out the house without her hair done, it's going to be, why didn't you do that baby's hair?
Right.
Or
even a mama just trying to learn how to brush a boy's hair correctly because
going straight to you.
This right here ain't it. Like you got to do all this and all that. Like that right there takes some learning. And listen, thank God my kids got curly hair and I ain't got to do all that mess. But why don't women get the same excitement that men get whenever they're doing that? Sasha!
Oh, I thought you were right. Where you going?
I thought she had died. I thought you fell. I was like, oh heck.
Lord, she done descended below the earth.
Sorry.
Lord.
At least it was just your device and not you. I thought it was you.
Girl, this is a MacBook. I was trying to say the computer.
I know that's right. I'm right there with you,
baby.
I got a MacBook on right there with you. What do y'all think about it? What do y'all think about that comment though, men? Do y'all feel like that's true that society expects more from women than men?
Yep.
When it comes to
Man, we
kids,
kind of from the start, man.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man, we count it out, man. And like really with that's kind of like statistically and like even like through politics and all that. It's like even like child support that was kind of set to break the families apart. Like where it's looked at to be like for financial stability, but it's really to get the man out of the household so that they can kind of have like more what's the word I'm looking for? I guess like more way of governing I guess I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but I know what I'm trying to say. But I mean, y'all kind of with me, But yeah, it's it's we kind of from the start, man. Like they expect us not to be there. They expect us not to. It's because of what our society has seen for so long. So the father is really in place doing their thing. We should be glorified because it's not that many fathers doing it. Think about Mother's Day. Like people go all out for Mother's Day, but for Father's Day, what do the fathers really get? The ones that's in the homes and the ones that ain't really doing their thing. When is Father's Day gonna be glorified? Mother's Day, birthdays, Christmases, the mama's gonna get whatever, but really what do the pops get? The pops is really there to help provide for the kids. They don't even get nothing in return really, but I love you, daddy, and that's really pretty much it. So yeah, we should be glorified whenever you see us doing our daughter's hair. Men don't braid that often, so to see a man braiding his daughter's hair, glorify the nigga, bro. Like yeah, raise him up because he's in place. The ones that's not in place, that's their fault. But the ones that's in place, glorify them so they could build another brother up. So
But why
yeah,
can it not just be that he doing what he's supposed to do as far as taking care of his kids? Why I don't applaud a
he
fish
is.
for swimming.
He is.
Yeah,
So women don't get glorified.
Like, look at this fish.
What
He's
y'all do?
swimming.
Women, y'all
Well,
get
women are
glorified
gonna
all the
get
time.
well, women and
Y'all
men in
get glorified
general.
all the time.
Women and men are gonna get glorified for doing what. See, nature is gonna always tell you what a man should be doing and what a woman should be doing. Now, granted, there are gonna be men that can do some things that men characteristically can't normally do, and then there's gonna be
Right.
things that women characteristically can do that women normally aren't able to do or they don't have an interest in doing, i.e. like construction or whatever the case may be. It's not that women can't do it, it's just that women prefer not to do those things, right, generally.
Mhm. Right.
So whenever you see, so like and it's true, when it happens to me, I can take my daughter out with me to the grocery store, and the looks I get from people is like I just achieved a lifetime
Yeah.
a lifetime achievement
And it
award
feels
or whatever
good
the
for a
case may be.
man, bro.
Right.
It
And
feels good for a man because we kind of look for that, I guess, that security sometimes through our spouse, and maybe our spouse will give it to us the way that they should. So it makes us feel good to have our daughter and another brother or another woman say, "I see you doing your thing." That's the security that we need because so much is going on in our relationship that my wife or my baby mama or whoever I'm with can't really see the actual father that I am to these kids.
I'm
You
not
know,
applauding.
women, y'all always get glorified. Y'all always get glorified. So what's
Women
happening?
do not get
it could be a
glorified as
case.
much as you think.
Right.
I don't understand that.
And then
It's
when
because y'all
when
have
the
y'all
role
excuses in the wrong place. But I promise you, women like a man that loves his woman, we glorify y'all, bro. We worship the ground y'all walk on, and y'all
Yeah.
miss it because y'all expectations are in the wrong place. But we honor y'all. We love y'all the same way we love God, and we mess up because sometimes we honor y'all more than we honor God. That's why things fall apart.
He
Women,
ain't
we
lying.
glorify y'all. We glorify y'all, bro. Y'all just miss it because y'all
Go
expectations in
ahead.
the wrong place.
Go ahead, Mary. Mary
I was
burning.
like, but no, just not even off of what he said, but when the roles are reversed and a man, okay, transparent. My son, my baby boy lives with his dad. And because he lives with his dad, and this was something that me and my beautician were talking about, because her child lives with her dad, her baby father, whatever. So it's always a conversation of thinking that something went wrong in my house, or I fell on hard times, or something like that, for my son to go stay with his dad. No, he just wanted to go live with his damn daddy.
Boys in the hood. Boys in the hood.
Yeah.
And listen, I think that women. And listen, I think that first
situation of me falling on. I'm doing exceptionally well. It's never been, you know, he was homeless or I couldn't take care of him or nothing like that. It was just time for him to go. He's at the point in his life where it's time for him to go be with his daddy. Period.
Right.
But see, a mature person knows that though, Mary, because just like you saw in that movie Boys in the Hood, it got to a point where I think those first 9 years of a child's life, the mother is way more important in terms of the physical, to be there. But there becomes a point where you have to, the milk ain't going to get you the nutrients that you need. And now you need the meat. And so I think that the father becomes more important in those years from 10 to 18, if you will, because now it's about getting ready for life. And so I think the duality of a man and a woman having a child together works together. That's why idealistically you want two parents in the home. But if it's a situation where you have two separate homes or whatever the case may be, and that child's young, that child needs to be with mom until a certain point, and then that child needs to be with father at a certain point. They both need each other.
I can agree with that. To a certain extent, but I can agree.
I can agree.
That kind of teeters. That walks that thin line of a woman can't raise a man. And I do know of plenty of women that have raised really good men. But in my particular situation, this is me speaking for me. My son went to go stay with his dad. Now, my beautician has a daughter. Her daughter went to go stay with her dad. You see what I'm saying? So for me, it's not really about a man or kids. Of course, do it. It's not ideal. It is ideal for, it to be a 2-parent home, but in a situation that is not, shit happens. If two people can co-parent together, the way that me and my baby father co-parent together, which is very great. Chastity will tell you the way that my baby father and I get along is almost unheard of, because that's my best friend.
Unorthodox.
His wife is my best friend. I love her to pieces. We are co-parents. That's just what it is. That's not always the case for a lot of people. A lot of people are not able to co-parent as effectively as we, and that's what it is maturity, because at the end of the day, our concern is our son. It ain't who he's sleeping with. It ain't who he married to. It's not who I'm sleeping with. It ain't who I'm married to. It ain't about how much money. It ain't none of that. Because I pay child support, quote unquote, but I don't, because what I send, it goes to Malachi. It goes directly on his bank card. My baby father doesn't see that money. This is us parenting effectively as co-parents, and that's not always ideal. So I said all that to say, but when you think about it, he gets praised for my son living with him. Yeah. Now, but what about all the years that he's lived with me? That was the expectation that, of course, he's going to live with me. Yeah. That's my son. I'm the mama. But now that he has Malachi, he's such a good dad. He is an exceptionally good dad. He has all of his kids, except for one, live in the home with him and his wife. But he gets praised for that. Whereas Chastity's kids, both her kids live in the home with her, and nobody is like, "Oh my God, Chastity, you such a that's unheard of." No, right. Where else they gonna go?
I do get praises from the older folks. So shout out to y'all.
You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job.
Take care of the child. The father is somewhat exempt from that expectation in a lot of situations. Not all, because I'm pretty sure you guys are really good dads, and I know of several really good fathers. But the expectation is that the mom is going to take care of the children no matter what. And it's kind of sort of optional for the dad.
Because if we're being honest, a lot of the dads that get their kids, the mama has to be pure shit in order for them to even get the kid. And
in the court size, in the court size,
whenever they go through the courts. That's what I'm sorry. So whenever they go through the courts,
your situation, but your situation is different, Mary, because you guys have a feel for what seems to be best for your child, and that is the way that it ultimately supposed to be. Because when you involve the court systems, and I know because I have a daughter in Ohio, I hadn't seen her for 10 years because her mother could keep her away from me. And I mean, I have 4 daughters, and I take care. My 4 daughters live with me and my wife, but my 3 daughters live with me and my wife. But when you get the courts involved, you know, it's already a broken system. They don't care about the mother, the father, and they don't care about the children. But that magistrate gets a commission on that child support that they set up. And we live in a society where it's about the money. So anybody out there listening to that, they need to be mindful of that.
Ooh, you went too deep. Let's finish this game. Lee.
Sorry.
You losing like a mud, but Lee, choose one.
Let me try the sex and more sex for 100.
You gonna lose.
So
right there.
Who desires sex more, women or men?
Men.
Y'all do.
Don't listen to them.
Men.
Women.
Men.
Yes.
Lies.
So do y'all think it's weird that they saying that women think about sex more, but men desire sex more?
Right.
Where
What's
they
the
build
difference
y'all
between
at?
desire and think? Look
Because
it
we
up
be
real
trying
quick.
to think about how we can get them to make us come, but then the desire goes away because we know that it's not gonna happen.
Okay. Well, a word was just said.
I'm gonna tell you like Music Soul Child said. Teach me how to love. Teach us.
Mary, you gonna close it out with what you say for 100. So who uses more facial expressions, men or women?
I would personally say I'm gonna go with women.
You are correct.
Finally,
women.
I have to try to hide my face sometimes, especially.
So y'all go ahead and give us some facial expressions so we'll know.
Say something stupid.
We give plenty of facial expressions. Y'all just don't be watching.
Right, because our eyes closed.
Look, make it the big screen. Say something that you think is. Say something just stupid and just look at all of our faces.
You gonna give me something like
Hakuna Matata.
What he say?
What?
No. Say something cliche.
You gonna give me something tonight?
Whose is it?
My Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
I cannot.
I'm a child of the Lord.
That's when you got to look away so you don't say the ex or the best friend.
Y'all this is a brutal crowd right here.
They cutting up, man. We outnumbered, bro.
What's my name?
Right.
Oh, sorry.
That's my name.
I thought you were singing the song.
That's your
You
excuse.
sure yet?
Look, don't ask me that either because I'd be done forgot. You gonna be mad again.
Hey, okay, I got one. Did you come yet?
Yeah, did you get yours yet?
Look at Chassie right there. Look at her face.
I've always been told if you got to ask, then the answer's already no.
I'm trying to think of something. I'm trying to think of something to make that to get that face.
Look, D might have got it. Y'all ready? D might have got it.
No.
Wow. You know what? Just don't even talk. Don't even. Just focus on the assignment. Make sure that you stay as long as it takes for her to get what she need, and then you get what you need and go about your business.
That's all we ask for.
Amen. Amen.
Don't be selfish. Let her get it first.
That's right.
Jenny J said, Jenny J. Why I keep trying to call her Jenny Mae?
I don't know.
Girl, you so stuck on Jeezy, you don't know what to do with yourself. Bless your fool heart.
I've been so distraught.
She said, if you gotta ask, there is a problem.
There's
Right.
a problem. If you gotta ask, the answer's already no. No.
I agree with her on that. Don't ask me nothing.
That's right.
I'm not agreeing nor disagreeing. I ain't.
Wow, she is.
She
neutral as
agree.
hell.
Yeah, I'm trying to be neutral.
Definitely.
Y'all not
You-
gonna say we ganged up on y'all. I'm being neutral. I'm a neutral
Don't be
party.
sitting here being neutral. If they got to ask, then the answer is always no.
Yeah.
Then you know.
Oh man. Well, I had one last question to kind of tie it up, but we've already been on an hour and 26 minutes. Chassie, you want to do the question? You want to move on?
Who got time?
I got
Y'all got time? Y'all got time?
Yep.
Y'all got
I
time?
got
Y'all got time?
Let's go ahead and ask it.
All right. Is it possible to be close friends with a member of the opposite sex and have absolutely no romantic, and I'm going to insert, or sexual feelings for the person?
Yes.
Go
Yes.
ahead, Sasha.
Yes. Oh my God. Y'all are never going to believe. I just got into I had to cut this boy off yesterday, point blank, period. Because one, he kept trying me. For two, you cannot tell me that me and my best friend, because my best friend is a male, one of them is a male. You can't tell me that we had sex and I know for a fact that we didn't, and I have no feelings towards him. Like, I just don't understand what the big deal is and why people can't. Like, I just don't understand why it's such a problem. Like, why does it have to be romantic?
Can I ask you something, Sasha?
Absolutely.
Do you think, how often do you think it happens that a man and a woman become friends because somebody had intended for it to be something more, but they fell into the friend zone?
Like 75% of the time. I do feel like there's a 25% of us out here we really had intentions on really just being regular friends. And we got closer than we imagined that we would.
I feel like you can mess up a lot of good potential friendships by thinking that everything is supposed to be romantic. I had a very, very, very good friend, and I think Chastity had met him before he passed away some years ago, but we were literally friends forever. Like, that was my dude. And I never had the desire to sleep with him. And I know he never had the desire to sleep with me, but that was my brother. That was my best friend. And it was never when we met, it wasn't, oh no, nobody trying to hook us up and we became friends, or we started talking and decided we would be friends. We always clicked as just being friends. Like, it was never anything else.
Well, speaking from my experience, I remember this girl, I ain't gonna put her name out there, but we were best friends, and we were best friends for like 15 years or so. And when I first met her, I had a crush on her. I didn't tell her that, but I wanted to, like, however in I could have gotten, I would have gotten in. You understand? But
Yes, Chris,
she actually drew the line, and a gentleman will let a woman draw the line, because she just decided that she wanted to be my friend. But I never made a pass at her. I never tried to come after her. I never did anything like that. But it was just out of pure respect for her, or whatever the case may be. But let me tell you something. If she ever winked at me one time, you understand, I would have been in like Flint.
So let me ask you this: do you have any female friends now?
Yeah, I have.
Do you want to sleep with all of them?
No, I mean, I'm married.
Okay.
What does that mean?
To me, it means something to me. I can't speak for other people.
Gotcha.
But what I'm saying is, I do have a female friend right now. She's a very good looking woman, but I mean, I haven't thought about. We had opportunities when I was single, because I knew her before I got married, and so we had opportunities when we were beside each other. But I've always been the type of person, and maybe I'm not like a lot of men. It's not that I don't make the first move, but we live in such a climate where rape and things can happen, or whatever the case may be. I always yield to the female leading the way. And if she doesn't want to lead into that, then I just feel like it's just not meant to be, but it's something else to abstract from the relationship.
Understandable. But right now, as we speak, right now, you have a female friend that you have no romantic feelings towards or sexual relations with. So you're saying that it's possible.
Yes, it's possible.
Okay.
Next.
That's possible.
I feel like you in court. That's what I thought. Next. Let's pull up the comments. So D said, only if the person, people aren't attracted to each other.
One person.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
Your good friend said, heck to the no.
Who was
The
that?
hell no.
That's Lee friend.
Hell is not a cuss word.
Well, I mean, look, listen. For me, it's something that I can do. It's not something that I aspire to do. Like I'm not looking for. I'm like Drake. No new friends. So I'm not looking for new girlfriends that I can have platonic relationships or whatever the case may be. So if anything happened between me and that person where we weren't speaking to each other anymore, then I mean, I just wouldn't have any new friends because I mean, my wife's my friend. So.
Okay. Go ahead now, friend. Go ahead. And then, of course, I put it a while ago, but Chris says women may think that, but men are just waiting for an opening, which is what we said a while ago.
I said it.
Please, Chris.
That's what he said. So I think that right there could go both ways. Some women may be waiting for an opening.
Facts.
But I also think that people can be platonic friends and nothing is going on between them.
Yeah,
and I feel like if people have an issue with that, then they are insecure.
That's the one right there. That's the comment.
Vince said if you set the boundaries from the beginning. So I'm
exactly.
Well, I feel like sometimes boundaries don't even have to be set. Like I said with me and my homeboy, we were genuinely just friends from the jump. Like we like the same type of music. We, hung out in the same type of crowd. So we just eventually ended up being the best of friends. We slept in the bed together before. No rolling over, no accidental touching. He never said anything out the way to me, and vice versa. That was genuinely just my homeboy. That was my best friend at the time.
Can you do that with Morris Chestnut?
Who, me?
See what I'm saying? See, look at her. Look at Sasha. See, Sasha saying, "Hey, look."
No, I probably could with Morris Chestnut, but if you put me and Jeezy in the bed together, hell no. I'm gonna go.
They ain't gonna make it to sleep. They ain't gonna make it to sleep. Well, let me say this. I have heard this a lot of times. They say that men, it is the case. I've heard that in these male and women friendships, that men are usually the ones who are usually attracted to that friend. Women just are blind to it.
That's bullshit because I've seen instances whenever women was trying to be friends with guys and wanted more, and the men was blind to it. But that's not always the case, though. Some people just genuinely like each other and genuinely have the same interests and genuinely just want to be friends.
Yeah, I'm blind because I'm married. Like I said before, I'm blind because I'm married.
Because you're married doesn't mean that you're blind.
But what I'm saying is my blinders are on because I'm married. But now if I'm not married, we can still be platonic friends. But I'm telling you right now, if you show me any opening, just like Chris said, if you show me any opening, I'm going to exploit the opportunity. It's just what it is. It is what it is. We desire sex more than you.
Drop a nugget on us like
right. I don't agree with the blind just because you're married, because you can't be blind, because if that person is attracted to you and you are married, then you have to make the decision of whether they should stay around or not.
Boundaries. The boundaries are set when you're married. It's just like, okay, look.
The boundaries might be set for you.
But I'm just saying.
The boundaries might be set for you, but that don't mean she ain't gonna pop up naked.
But she can't. But you know what? And then I can haul ass. And I can leave. I can haul ass.
But you
thank you, Jalen Allen, that agree with me.
Don't everybody stop good time. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong. I have male friends, so I'm not saying that I disagree. I'm just saying that we can't use the excuse of because we married, we can ignore the signs.
Well, most people don't in today's world that most people don't even get to even honor marriage, and marriage is nothing but a contract for them to just get some benefit. I don't know what it is, but what I'm saying is I'm saying for somebody that honors the person that they're with, they're simply saying, hey, look, I'm going to draw these boundaries. And so when it's night time, and if we're in the same house, it's night time, I'm not going to get into bed with you. Even if I'm not thinking about sex, I'm not going to get into bed with you because I'm not going to put myself in a presumptuous situation. Now, if I'm single and we're friends and you want to go to sleep, I have the right to get into bed with you. And if anything pop off, well, it's going to pop off.
Right. Well, let's go back to the comments.
Y'all just some corny hoes.
Yeah, Chris said, so what happens when you're upset with your partner and that friend in your ear saying the right things because he knows
what happens whenever the partner is upset and they go to their female friends? A whole lot of bitches is gay. So
that's right. That's right. Can I watch? No, I'm just playing.
Yes, Sasha.
But I feel like if your intentions are clear and y'all are truly just friends, you're not gonna be in my ear trying to say nothing that is gonna trigger me because we're friends and you're aware of that.
I don't think the problem. I don't agree with that either. I don't think the problem is where your intentions is. I think the problem is we see the red flags of where the other person's intentions is, and we choose to ignore it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can.
I don't know what kind of friends y'all got.
I'm not saying that all the time because I have male friends. I'm not saying that, but there are a lot of cases where we knew what it was, and we just ignored it. And that's for men and women.
I guess.
I agree with that.
However, my best friend have always just known that it just is a friendship that I just never had that issue. So it's maybe I just can't speak from another perspective. Right. I don't know because me and my best friend, I'm Mary, we have slept in the same bed, never touched each other. Even whenever if I'm having an issue with one of my men or whatever, I'll call him and he'll be like, he'll even tell me if I'm the one that's wrong, right? He'll even put me in my place if I'm wrong. And so I guess that's why I've never had that experience.
D said no because honestly 98% of the time the man tried to holler first and she said no, we can't be friends. I don't know if I agree with that all the time.
So y'all really just don't be in situations where y'all just meet people and be friends with them. Every situation is a romantic.
Y'all just some low horny dogs.
Wait. But sex is not romantic for us. It's romantic for you, but it's not romantic for us because I can sit there, because I can sit there and knock you down and say, so what we eating?
So y'all never been in a situation where we all sitting around kicking it. You meet somebody and it's like, damn, we vibe and we got some conversations in common and we just end up being friends. It's always the thought of I'm trying to smash that. It's never a situation of damn, this is just a cool person. And that's why I said in the beginning,
Mary, you can still be a cool person and I can still smash you off. And then we can go back to being cool. Yeah. And that's how men think because we compartmentalize like that. It's like when men sit you'll usually find women sitting around and they'll talk about problems that they're having for hours. And typically they don't get to the solution. It's just a therapeutic session. Men, okay, whatever. But men, we don't sit around and we don't do that. Men typically, we just want to, can we please get to the solution so we can solve this problem, we can move on. That's just kind of generally how it is. Now you're going to have exceptions to the rules, but what I'm saying is men typically compartmentalize and women typically, I'm not saying all women, okay, because I know we have some different kind of beast on this call, but what I'm saying is most generally women they don't want to have sex with you because they don't want to have feelings for you like that.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Well, that's the gospel according to Pete Rock and CL Smooth.
I don't care who keep rocking his CL Smooth say.
I'm too young for that. I don't know who they is.
Ain't go right. Is that what they sing? What did they sing?
No,
We
that is
never
not
reminisce
it.
over you.
I know that one right.
I'm so mad that you didn't know that. How many times have you met a man and he tried to holler? Either you said we can be friends, or if you have a man and he say, "Oh, you can't have friends." Dudes used to say that all the time. Yes, men do.
They do, but not all men say that.
All men have the intention of trying. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving men.
Maybe y'all just some
and
horny
if
sluts.
you know me, then you know that's rare because I'm hard on these dudes out here, and I think that majority of them do have sex on the brain, but it is genuinely some people out here that just want to be friends. I think that it's. I'm trying to choose my words very correctly because I don't want to offend anybody, but I think that it's kind of sort of narrow-minded to think that people just of the opposite sex can't just be friends. Like it's always got to be some type of sexual intent behind it. Because if that's the case, then you can't have friends of the opposite sex.
You can't even have friends of the same sex because these men be gay and these women be gay. So
oh wow, we got some penal jousting going on. And Olympic sport.
Like at the end of the day, you can't have friends. I think that it's crazy for people to think that just because somebody is of opposite sex that you can't be platonic friends and there's no romantic feelings. Like that, it doesn't make sense.
I'm telling you, it can, Chassie. I'm telling you, it can.
Excuse me. Not romantic feelings. Somebody doesn't want to fuck.
Okay, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, it can happen, and it has. I mean, I've had several girlfriends throughout the year that I never even crossed the line with. But usually the reason I don't cross the line is one or two reasons. It's because I'm a gentleman, or because I'm in a situation with somebody else, and that's just my preference. But if I'm single and the opportunity presents itself, like I'm going to explore your horizons. It's just what it is.
I think he being honest.
I'm calling Cap. I'm calling Cap.
All right, call Kaepernick.
I feel like I said, I have male friends and we have never done anything. So I know that it is possible. But I also do know that it's a lot more men out there who want to smash women and women just ignore it. And
it's women that want to smash the men just as equally.
Period.
And men will still smash them and keep it moving.
Not necessarily. Not all the time.
Tell me I'm wrong, man.
Not always.
Not all the time.
If a man got it fixated in his mind that he just going to smash, then that's what it's going to be. But he has to be a mature man. If he can't handle the heat when he gets in the kitchen and he goes up in the kitchen, yeah, he can get caught up. But a man is sitting there saying, "Hey, look, I'm just going in. We're about to exchange pleasures because it's going to be good for her, like it is for me. And then when we finish, if we want to continue to resume things at our regular scheduled programming, we can do that." That's just the way it is for us.
I mean, that's possible. One of my good friends I had sex with, so
Uncapped.
Get her. So Sam said, and what Sam has said is so true. He said, when two people are honest with themselves, it is possible.
I agree.
Sam, you all right with me? Sam, you all right with me?
Sam, all right with you too? Because this joker just sat here and gave a whole, just argue the point down that it's possible to sit and circle back and be like, but I did smash one of my
Exactly, Mary. Exactly.
It's possible.
Listen, I became his friend because I wanted to smash. And
well,
somebody disconnect her.
Mary, she making you look bad, ain't she? So we need to get off here. But Chris says, so if your man, I guess he's saying, so if your man's female friends calls, text in the middle of the night, as friends sometimes do, would you be cool with it?
I would.
I don't care. Like, I trust you. If you my man, I'm gonna trust that you're not gonna put me in no situation to hurt me.
Monroe do not agree. I can see it.
You can have friends. I don't care.
But can I say something? One of the things, whenever me and the ex was together, one of the things that bothered me the most was females that I knew that he was friends with before we got together, and he no longer wanted to talk to them. And I was like, why do you not want to talk to them? Like, to me, that is an issue. So then whenever I asked him about it, oh, we ain't never had sex. We ain't never did anything. That's just my friend. And I'm just like, well, either it's your friend or y'all fucking. It's one or the other. If it's your friend, then y'all are okay with being friends whenever we're in a relationship together, because I am not insecure. I don't care. I text my friends at 2:00 in the morning. I don't care if your friend texts you at 2:00 in the morning, as long as it's something that makes sense. If they're having a crisis, be there for your friend in their crisis. I text my friends at 2:00 in the morning in my crisis. Sometimes they answer, sometimes they don't. Who cares? I don't care if you're laying beside your husband. I'm still gonna text you. Damn it.
Monroe, say something so she hush. Say something.
I mean,
did you agree or disagree?
So she just said that I agree, but I feel like maybe it gotta be the same sex. You can't be the opposite sex. You know, hitting my shorty at no 2 in the morning while I'm in the bed knocking that thing down. Because now I'm in that knee deep and I'm mad. Now you a homegirl or something. I still might let you do it, but you gotta watch some chicks, because them homegirls, they come up for their homegirls. You see what I'm saying? You know, I mean,
men come up for men too. Don't do that.
Go ahead,
come for men too. Go
ahead,
ahead,
First of all, what do you
really
mean?
do we?
What do you mean you might let me do it? You cannot tell me what to do.
I'm not gonna tell you what you can do,
man. You are
I'm
my
not gonna tell you
man.
what you can do.
You said you might let her do it. Like, what?
See, but there's a simple solution to that. Go ahead and use that do not disturb, and then just have certain people that can call you through the middle of the night. Then there's no harm, no
So why would I put a male on do not disturb if there is nothing going on between us? If I put a man on do not disturb, that means that I'm trying to hide something from you.
No, it's just like it's just out of respect to my. It's out of respect to my spouse.
So then I need to put everybody on do not disturb.
No, I'm not gonna put my mom on. I'm not gonna put my mom and my brothers and sister on it. I'm not gonna do that. But
Mama,
you know, if
I'm
it's
laying in bed with my wife, you with your husband, I will call you in the morning.
My night mode go on, nobody come through, okay? But God.
Mama, are you sick? You just ask her. Okay, well, look, I'm in the bed with my old lady. I call you in the morning. I love you.
I've been sending Shadonna messages all through the night.
If my
like,
you do.
I'll start off. I'll be like, you don't have to respond. This is just so I don't forget.
But then be all night long.
Male or female, if my friend need me, and I'm gonna talk to my friend.
Oh, come on, bitch.
Like if it's the same shit that
cut you
you and I got together, then I can't really say nothing. You know, this is how I feel. I feel like y'all was already established before I got here, so it ain't no need for me trying to decipher or diffuse what y'all got going on. Either I'm gonna trust you and be with you, I ain't gonna trust you and not be with you.
Right.
I feel I feel like if you trust somebody, then they should be able to have friends, even if it's of the opposite sex. Like, get over yourself.
At the end of the day,
If you're gonna be with that person, you're gonna be with that person. If they're gonna cheat, they're gonna cheat. And if you're gonna stay, you're gonna stay. Stop looking for shit.
That's what I'm saying. If you gonna do something, do your thing. Just when you find out, now bring that back to my house, and I better be itchy, burning, and scratching. You gonna do your thing, and keep your business clean. You and God, bro.
I am done.
I ain't gonna lie.
Whenever Mary, what you at?
I'm not saying cheat. I'm not saying cheat on me, but you can do your thing.
Go ahead and let the social worker talk.
At the end of the day, my thoughts about stuff like that and the whole trust situation is that people put a lot of emphasis on trying to prevent something that you can't prevent anyway. You spend a lot of time worrying about something that you essentially have no control over. If a person is going to cheat, and if it's in their heart to cheat, or if it's in their mind to cheat, and it's going to cheat, it does not matter about you checking phones, about you being worried about what they're doing, about this and about that. If a person wants to cheat, they're going to cheat. So all the time in the world trying to prevent whatever, But if a person want to cheat, that's just gonna be what it is. I'm not about to spend time worrying about something that essentially I really don't have any control over. You can't control a person's actions any more than you can control the weather. So,
I agree, Mary. Facts.
I will say the only time that I went into a man's phone to see if he was talking to another female is because I wanted to leave. And guess what I did? Left.
Yeah.
Other than that, you ain't gonna have me crying for no reason. You have me crying. I'm gonna sit here and still lay in the bed with you. What do I look like? If I'm going through the phone,
Trust that gut feeling.
If I'm going through the phone, I'm going to leave. If I'm going to stay and still sleep in the bed with you, I'm not going through your phone. I don't care what you do as long as you don't bring nothing back to me.
I don't care enough to go through anybody.
I don't know if I agree with that, but I ain't checking
nobody's phone. I'm just not.
That's essentially what Chastity is saying is you don't go looking for a headache. I can't remember. I think it was the break. They was talking about let that man cheat in peace. You doing all of this hooting and hollering because you done got out here and found out that he cheating, but you still ain't going.
But you still staying.
I'll be damned catch me in the courthouse. I won't have to your money and hers.
Yeah, if you're not gonna do nothing about it, so why invite in the headache? Why I'm going through your phone if I know that essentially at the end of the day I'm not gonna leave. It's just gonna be an argument. I'm gonna be mad. You gonna be mad. My feelings hurt. But I'm still now. If I plan on leaving, then yes. But if I'm not going to leave and I have suspicions that you're cheating, well, I'm gonna let you cheat in peace. I'm gonna mind my business.
Mind my damn business. I ain't about to be up all night crying while you over there sleep with your with vagina juices, penis.
Do y'all realize we live in a state where you can get half of her money and his?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. You know, that's why you just go ahead on and be honest. Look, be honest. If y'all gonna come together, just slide over. Slide over. Hey, look, 3 or 4 incomes is better than 2. Let's stop arguing and let's make production.
Because 1,200 split 3 ways is 400. That's better than 600.
I was really more so saying I was gonna sue them both.
She said she didn't say all that.
Yeah, I wasn't saying I wanted to.
No, I like that. I like the extra income better.
But sharing is caring. No, just
You get a nut. You get a nut. You get a nut.
Period, Sam. Give me half of all of it. I want the house, the cars, the money, the kids. I want it all.
I can't. Oh man, well, this has been an amazing discussion. We have been on for 1 hour and 53 minutes, so you know it has been good. It has been really
2 hours. Let's say 2 hours.
I'm being exact. Don't do that. I'm being exact.
By the time you do your benediction and your closing prayer and lay hands,
you know what? Bye.
The eulogy, baby.
Go ahead and do the benediction.
I'm not messing with y'all. I can't. But thank you guys so much. This has been an amazing discussion. I knew it would be, though. That's why we invited you all back. So we thank you so much for coming.
Y'all was our favorite guests. That's why we chose y'all.
Thank you.
We love everybody that has been on, but these are some of our favorite people.
Right.
Hey, I love all y'all, man. I love all y'all.
Yeah. Listen, but before we go, I would be very remiss if I did not ask everybody out there listening, send up a prayer for my granddaughter. We have some very extenuating circumstances going on. I didn't even think that I was going to be here tonight because of the circumstances, but God willing, I was. Say a prayer, keep it up in prayer. It is not over, but damn it, we gonna fight.
I know that's
right. We're gonna claim everything is gonna be all right now. Everybody in agreement? Everybody in agreement?
Let's agree. Let's virtually touch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You better do it, Pastor DJ.
But thanks to everybody who have been watching. Please keep the Mary's granddaughter in prayer. If you don't mind, please do us a favor and go to our YouTube page and subscribe.
Subscribe, man.
Please.
We're tired of begging y'all.
I mean, so why are you not subscribed already? If you're watching, why didn't you like pause and go subscribe and then come back? Because you don't want to miss any of this excellent content.
Right. Here I am.
Gonna make us cry all night.
That right there. I got a question.
I can't.
You got a question.
I can't. And if you want to be now that Chris, I can't even close this thing out right messing with y'all. And
Oh, that was funny.
oh man. And for those who want to, and then he disappeared. And for those and those who want to be a blessing to the ministry, you can always donate to a Kingsley Pod Show Cash App as well.
Because whenever you bless others, you get blessed yourself.
Is that the building fund? Is that the building fund?
Yeah, that's the building fund.
Shall be given unto
We
you.
got some visions.
Ain't
We
put
got
a
some
doorknob up,
visions.
but all right, go ahead.
We have some visions where we are trying to help other creators be able to do what we do and make us even better and make them better. So go ahead and put into the building fund.
Y'all better invest back into the community, honey.
That's right. That's right. That's right. All right. All right. So everyone who have been watching, thank you again. You guys stay on. Men always just hang up immediately. Y'all stay on. But to everybody on Facebook land, bye-bye.
Bye.